Valentis, the archipelago. How about a tour? Here's our nation's capital, Phonopolis, has three major tourist attractions: the Empire State Building, the Willis Tower, and the Leaning Tower of Pisa. It is home of the Valentis University. Also, there is plenty of mass transit for tourists to get around, such as a bus terminal, a passenger train station, a ferry terminal, and also a municipal airport. And with a gambling house, also, just for tourists who are stopping by in our nation's capital. And beautiful sights to see as well. Now let's move on. Hokusai. This is only an industrial town mostly, but still has beautiful places to go to, especially if you are living on top of the mountain. You can see the beautiful sight of the city below. It does have a ferry terminal and also exports and imports oil as well. It does have a passenger train station, and again has beautiful views. And here's Oolong Peak, one of the fastest growing cities in the entire country. And now, with only one skyscraper so far growing, it is becoming one of the most beautiful cities in the entire archipelago. It has the best civil services in the entire country as well, with a police precinct, a large fire station, and a normal hospital instead of just a normal clinic. And with this fast growing city becoming even better, it's going to be a great place to live as well. And now, here we are in Nicowe, the largest island in the entire country of Valentis. We are here in Reuben, the largest city in the entire island, and it does have one major tourist attraction, which is the Sydney Opera House. And it is one of the largest cities in the entire country as well. Also, it does have plenty of mass transit for the normal tourists who are coming in, and a beautiful sight on top of the mountain if you are a resident or even a tourist who is in a hotel. Now moving on. Here is Reubenton. This is one of the smallest cities in the country, or as well in the entire island, but still has a beautiful sight from the mountain above. This is the island with the highest elevation as well. It does have a bus terminal for tourists who are just looking at the sights of the city, but no landmarks in this city. Excuse me. But let's move on to the next city, Nikolon, and does have one major tourist attraction. It is the St. Basil's Cathedral, which is from Moscow, Russia. It does have a bridge to go up into the mountain inside the city, which is where the St. Basil's Cathedral is located, as well as a passenger train station and a bus terminal, which is near there for tourists coming into the city as well. Now let's move on to the next city. Valentown, probably the smallest city in the entire country at 7,000. It still has quite a few places to go in terms of tourism. Not too many, but does have pretty cool designs for roads as well. If you are just sightseeing the city, it does have a gambling house for tourists as well, and a bus terminal. Now, the last city in Nicowe, Huitens. And this is one of the largest cities of the island, and it does have the Edifício Copan, which is from São Paulo, Brazil, and it can hold up to 1,100 residents. And it does have plenty of transportation for tourists as well. And a fast-growing city at the moment. It's not too much variety in terms of road design, but it's still a beautiful place to go, and plenty of parks as well for residents and tourists who are coming into the city. Now moving on, we are here in Salvador, and this is a beautiful city. Only has 17,000 people, but still has a huge amount of places to go, such as obviously huge parks as well, and a gambling house. It does have a ferry terminal for people coming around the country, and also other cities in the island. Now let's move on. Now we are here in Corsair Coast, the largest city in this island. And it does have a bus terminal and one tourist attraction, which is the Cinquantennial Arc. And it does mostly have industrial areas, but still now a fast-growing city in this island with huge apartments. Actually, excuse me, I was confused with those apartments as industrial buildings. It is mostly a town for tourism and just residents. Now let's move on to the last island. We are here in Sandwich, and it does have one of the only expo centers in the entire country, and also plenty of mass transit for tourists to get around, which is most of the case for all these tourist types of cities. It does have an ore mine, which creates a lot of money, and we export that ore to other cities. And here we are in Rivero now, one of the most high wealth cities in the entire country, if not the most wealthy. It has quite a few tourist attractions. It has the Arc de Triomphe, a gambling house, and the Cinquecento Arc as well. It has beautiful road design with plenty of curvy roads, which makes the city look very interesting. And that's one of the only cities. And that is it for the tour, and hope you all enjoyed.